What's up, guys? It's your boy Syphax. I got another stick of butter of replays. 10 more coming at you with a 35-minute video. Once again. What do we got this time? Oh shit, I'm on rock. Here we go. And I T-set. That's hype. Alright, Mead. OTK me. What you got? Advanced Crystal Beast. Cobalt Eagle. Alright, what do I know about this deck? Absolutely nothing. Sapphire Pegasus is not once per turn. And he hits me with Baguska Pass. Because Crystal Dragite is a 2200 ass and he couldn't attack over it. He sees a Link 2 coming. I called by the grave to Maxi. Go into IP. And then Dragite triggers Engrave, adding, or what the fuck is it called? The Rock Band Xena Guitar triggers. And I get Ash Blossomed on the Banish effect that would have dumped Block Dragon, which was extremely disappointing. We managed to attack over the Baguska though, resolve Seeker, find that Dragite back, draw a card, hit Weeping Idol. And that is a W, somehow. That's one of those replays where I had it on fast forward and I kind of got blitzed. A lot happened and I absolutely dumpstered that kid. He was in a commanding position. He should have just Ash Blossomed Rock Block Dragon effect, but maybe I chain block it. Hopefully. Alright, so we're still on rock. Don't think all 10 replays are going to be on rock. Back to the fast forward. What do I dump? The level 2 that you can banish from graveyard to special it if you control an earth and a water. And what in God's name is this? He has 2 of the same shuffler name, no cards in hand. He used a Veiler to fuse? What the hell was that turn? Draw into Gigantes, which is fucking clutch. Use the second effect of the card I just called out. Pitch the second Guardian. Hit a Soliac, of course. That searches Havness. Go into Doodle-Doodle-Doo. Drops these triggers. Make the Dweller. He's gonna chain. If only it worked like that. And then I just foolish Block Dragon. And this is game 10 million different ways. How did he manage to go neg 3 with a fusion summon? I'm like plus 10 on him. And that's not even an exaggeration. At one point does he scoop? I have so many goddamn plays, it's not even funny. Stack the deck. Hit a Doki. Draw another card, draw the Maxi. Go into Coral Dragon. Pitch Revival Golem. Hit the Havness. This card is crazy, because every time you summon Block Dragon, you get the triggered second effect where you banish a monster from the field and the graveyard. And it just gets bigger. That thing can get up to like 4,500 attack easily. And then you can make a Baronne with your excess Block Dragon summons. These replays have been in Plat 2 early in May. Don't know how he got to Plat 2 doing that. But we're on to the next one. We're on to Cincinnati. Oh, and I said I was gonna potentially buy a new field or whatever, but there's 600 gems, and I've been chasing higher rarities for my dinos, and I'm just spending all of my gems on the dino pack and trying to craft to get I don't remember what this rarity is called, but either the shiny one or the royal rares. So I ain't spending 600 fucking gems to change the background. But that is a fuse from hand, and I successfully resolve a Maxi. This is rare footage. Alright, so that's an early Medora hitting my Misk. I milled a double Oviraptor. He sets 3 and passes to the Maxi. Trigger Keldo in hand, pitching Medora, adding the other Medora. Go Lost World, normal Giant Rex. Does not drop the trap. And then I just go Dweller, and is this just game? Ah, he has Havness. Waste it, honestly. Waste, I don't know. Dump a Misk, and goodbye. That's been happening quite a bit lately, where these people change to like, because they think they have a chance. No, I'm sorry. You have a token. The duel is over. Ooh, what are we stealing? This joint is beautiful. It's gone. Right into the elf. I fucking love this deck. I wish I had, like, a secret Spite Elf just chilling this whole time, because this card is insane. And then I shuffle back the extra deck resources to make another Dweller. Oh, and Giant Rex is in there, and he can't take my Link Karibo with a Dark play. I do give him an Oviraptor, though. And then I summon Medora somehow by pitching Kelpek. What are you going to do against this field? You can't evenly me. I have a Shuffler, Book of Eclipse with targeting protection on the Dweller, and a Baby Source in hand. That was great. These hands are spicy. Crazy's hand was not as spicy as mine. We're gonna run into these two face downs. That was expected. Just want to get the duel going. Sometimes you gotta be active. Put an imperm in the scream column and set a Call by the Grave. No normal summon from him. We find a Lightning Storm. Okay. And I meant to click Battle Phase and then attack, but in main phase 1 I accidentally set the Oviraptor to defense mode. Lose 1800 damage, and then he attacks over it. Gigantic mistake. So in the end phase, I go Keldo and put back his Imperm in my Oviraptor to get the face-up monster off of the field. And then I choose to destroy all attack position monsters, and I tried to bait him to trigger the Agido, because I have Called by the Grave, so I don't care about him hitting a tier. And then I can use Talents to draw 2. He read me like a book. So here's his normal summon. Fortunately, we still had the Imperm. Take out the Scream and the Rhino Heart. But now if I normal summon, his Scream will trigger. Okay, Foolish is a card, I guess. But I'm going to take the Rhino Heart to turn off the Scream, and he doesn't use Crime or anything. There's the Maxi, of course. We chain Called. Misk just to get the token. No targets. Use Rhino Heart to swing. Use Baby. Summon Oviraptor. Main phase 2. Link away that into Link Karibo so I can legally pop Baby to revive the other Baby. Then use the second Archosaur to use the effect. Pop Baby, go into Giant Rex. Go into Alsa. Steal the Agido. Go into Dweller. Then link those two away into Elf. Take away the targeting protection. That's aggressive. Giant Rex. TTT to draw 2. Okay. And then I go into Lagia. Then revive Baby and pass. I'm feeling pretty good again. What does he got? Top deck's Havness. Sure. Alright. Pure Dino. What can we do with a pure Dino hand? Nice. Bankertops does a decent amount here. Searches DD Crow. There's the M-Pen. Tribute. So you're going to get the trap or the continuous spell. He's going to get the trap. And set an additional unknown. And he has a DD Crow and a Robinia in hand. Alright, so we special Pankertops in defense mode. Pop the stupid D-Fissure. Go Fossil Dig. He triggers his trap. And here comes the normal summoning. We have 2 Misk in hand. Gets another DD Crow. There's the Eglin. Normal Xavion. I go Lost World, normal summon Petite Pteranodon. Swing into it. Apex Evian can now not trigger because it has to target itself. And they play Book of Moon and Imperm, so I'm not worried about the back row. Have to summon everything in defense mode because of the stupid M-Pen. Go into a rank 4 because I know he has double DD Crow in his hand. Pop one of the Misks out of my hand. Link the fucking UCT and Baby away, getting rid of the second Misk. The field spell is Cancer. Had to pop that shit. Here comes DD Crow number 1. Called by the Gravit. Here comes DD Crow number 2. Use the Dolka on that one. Put Giant Rex back in the grave. I'm not sure if it's been banished this turn. It has, thanks to the new check mark. And then I pill for the second UCT. Pass with no cards in hand, but I do have targeting protection. And as long as he doesn't tribute over this token, I'm feeling very good. I'm going to aggressively use Elf early to give him another token. He's smart enough to link those two away. But he did just extrav. That took away a lot of his extra deck shit. Then he tries to Imperm. Elf gives me protection. He blows his Imperm on Baby Sarasaurus. And then I'm playing for next turn. Dolka gets swung over. And then IP swings over, what was that? Archosaur. And then at this point, there's the targeting lock instantly, and overtext for the back row. He chains IP, and I'm guessing that he had dog shit in his extra deck because he resolved an extrav. And if we look at his deck, he's only playing one Underworld Goddess, and there's a very good chance that he banished that because that's obviously the target he wants to go into there. I don't think he can though, because he only had 2 effect monsters, including the IP. He could have made Unicorn. But, I mean, okay. You'd say Unicorn or even this hits the field. It wasn't going to stop me. I had plenty of advantage. Honestly, my biggest threat that duel, I remember, was the timer. That was like the first time I legitimately outplayed a Flute player and it like felt good. And it wasn't because I just like Lightning Stormed them. That was just... I felt like I was 2 steps ahead of that dude the entire duel. Alright, speaking of Lightning Storm. And then he sets 3. And I top DD Crow. Okay. So because he used the quick play spell to get the crime back, I know which one it is. So I get to snipe it immediately. He has 19 in deck. Having this Anagito will trigger. Gonna try to hold on to this D Crow as long as I can. I mill 5 again and hit double Misk. Oh my god, I have a lot of cards in my graveyard. So I hit a Keldo. And I need to shuffle back my own resources. There's nothing in his grave that I want to put back there. And then there's the Storm. Get the TTT, draw 2. He uses Rukalos to negate Misk's second effect, and then I get Max Seed, of course. 14 in deck. Give him a token. Protect. Go an Oviraptor. Get Baby Sarasaurus. Can attack over Kikalos. Oops. That's alright. Get no battle damage. But he has used all of his names. He used Havness. He can't Kelbeck me. There's no Keldo in the grave. Oh, there is a Keldo in the grave. He has no vision. That's what I meant to say. He only shuffles 1 back. It's like, dude, look at your deck. You need to shuffle back 3 of your cards. So I am just, anything that says special summon, I am doing. All these link 2s and rank 4s, just keep doing it, keep doing it. And the last summon is a Pentastag in main phase 2 for the deck out. You are not good. So there's the Dweller. And a Time Thief Redoer. And set 2 pass. And I top deck Overtex? Come on, man. And he steals an Imperm. Crime Storm pitches Shireen, which gets Kid Kalos, and then that's gonna mill 2 Cyberstein into Havness. Okay, Pankratops, hit the back row. Kaiju, the Time Thief Redoer, going to Dweller, attack over Merly, and I don't know what to do right here. If I Zeus here, doesn't just Rukalos come back? Kid Kalos triggers, Merly triggers, and then I just get like Kaleido Hearted, right? I legitimately didn't know what to do. Oh, and I also couldn't pill because I never saw a non-dinosaur, which is very frustrating. Milled 10 cards, no non-dinos. So now I'm just going to try to sit on this thing and hope he doesn't play a Link 4. Well, it's an awful start. Or I hope he'll deck out. Well, there's one out, but he needs to have 2 outs in order to out it. And, well, that was quick. The Overtext top deck lost me the game for sure. There's still a very little chance I was going to win that game, but Overtext wasn't helping. It's really frustrating when they just mill 10 before getting a Dweller on the field or anything, and you just don't hit anything when you're trying to play for the pseudo mirror. 2 Kelbeck, 3 Garuda, and 2 Keldo, or just like, I don't know, a hand trap could have gone to the grave. Alright, next duel. Set 2. If I normal summon Oviraptor here, it just gets impermed. And then I can't use the second effect or the first effect. So rather than just lose, I normal summon the Baby Ceratosaurus, knowing he ain't gonna do shit, give him the token, turn on the protection for everything, and now at this point, you hope that you don't just get randomly super polyed. Gross. And then I get called by the Graved. Ugh. So I went from genius play to he's +1 on me, just like that. So we Kaiju the Starving Venom. And we know he absolutely bricked because he passed turn. So he goes Field Spell into Rocket Tracer. Rocket Tracer could not do anything because he had the token. His last card in hand was Red Eyes Darkness Metal. He revives Starving Venom. It's like, dude, you have to kill me here. Because if you don't, you have 3 vanillas. I top deck evenly, which is worthless, but that's fine. I get Overtex because I know I'm about to go Banish heavy. Banish 4 for miss, getting Giant Rex. Shuffle back the homies. I think at least 2 Baby Ceratosaurus were gone. Go into dark. Steal his rocket. I don't know what that thing is called, but it's an elf target. That is not a hand trap or anything to be concerned of. Go to number 60. Revive Archosaur. Pop the baby that was just revived off of elf. Summon another baby. Go into Pentastag. Banish Giant Rex and Claw Crow. Pop the baby. And just like that, the duel is absolutely fucking over. Pentastag is it's pretty good. I think Lumeron might be my least favorite deck in the game. There is no like there are no any different trees. Actually, you know, we just saw what you can do differently. You can either make Apollosa, Avermax, or the Link 3 towers that takes 3 Xyz monsters. Besides that, it cannot OTK in open field without limiter removal, and all it does is Kaiju or Lava Golem you and then play a field spell. That's all the deck does. It's absolute trash. So, he made me go first. I passed. What do we got? Gonna go Lost World. He's gonna max C. Cool. Your Appaloosa loses attack, and I'm not gonna give you any cards because you didn't change the cost. And I know you're not gonna top deck a normal summon that has more than 1300 attack, so we'll just try this again. And then I'm rewarded by having my own Kaiju. And now I'm on a clock because I have to kill him. And he Ash Blossoms Pill. That is annoying because we're going to have to do some main phase 2 gaming. And we have to somehow play around Lava Golem. Because you just have to assume that this deck always has Lava Golem. And I only have 1300 in life points. So we go Alsa into the Maxi, into Elf. Oviraptor, second effect. Revive Giant Rex. Summon Baby off of the destroyed Baby. Flip everything face down. Go into Misk. Make a Logia. And then normal summon for Dagaris. I need to draw cards. I draw into an Ash Blossom. Okay, and that puts Misk in grave for Petite. Link those two away into IP. And I'm just trying to put as many bodies on the board as possible. So like he could Lava Golem the IP and the Logia, and then I could use Elf to revive. So pretty much I have 4 interruptions or interactions, and Lava Golem can take 2 for sure. But also Numeron Network needs to have a clear field, and they have a very hard time getting rid of the token. So I'm feeling pretty good here. There's the Gamma Seal over UCT. And then he flips Dogoran. And he quits. Okay. Out of the 55 cards available, what could he have done? You cannot, can you droplet your token away? No, because tokens do not go to the graveyard. So he can't droplet the token away. And he's not playing any Link 2s or anything. Judging by his deck, I don't think he had an out. Alright, I'm pretty sure I ate this guy's ass pretty nicely. Ooh, rock. Okay. So I've been seeing a lot of people play this new tech where you can like search Earth monsters, but then you get locked into Earth monster effects only. And it's actually really good because a lot of people aren't playing like Nibiru right now. And that Emancipator is very weak to Nibiru because then you can't set up a Savage or an Appaloosa early that does anything. But he plays around Ash Blossom and Max C. And we end up imperming the Granite. And then I just top deck another imperm. What's the play here? We imperm the Quark Guardian. Go on Oviraptor. He uses it anyways. Which then triggers Supplier to add another one. Normal summon. Alright, specialed Pankratops. Holy shit. Oh, big brain. Specialed Pankratops. To then link it away, go into Alsa, crash, after stealing Quark Guardian. Alsa gets a baby in hand. Misk was searched from Oviraptor, I want to say? Or maybe Pankratops was. This was a hell of a line right here. Bet you all didn't see this one coming. So now, at this point, it's just like Block Dragon is his win condition. Wanted to draw into a Called by the Grave there. Didn't hit it. Not the best follow-up after getting that shit going. But he banks everything on this Kwakumari Guardian. He should have used this first before flipping Granite. Granite, he should have been one of the last things he did. Because that's how you get the Block Dragon. You gotta force this UCT before you go. So then he activates Vernisilif of the Misting Seedling. What is this thing? Is that a penguin? Is that a flu monster? You can discard this card and one monster or one Vernisilith card. You cannot activate non-Earth monsters, blah blah blah. He's going to add an Earth Fairy. And then it says, I don't know what was going on. Oh, okay, the last line of text. Then you can special summon one Earth monster from your graveyard. So I shuffled back all of his Guardians because I didn't want him to get a monster effect negation back. And he added another Vernisilith. We'll see if he does anything with it. Oh, and then he adds a Guardian because he frickin' revived Supplier. So at this point I was kind of nervous. Attack Crusader flips this face down, he steals Giant Rex. If he's playing another Granite, he's the greatest duelist of all time. Links my UCT away. And just like one of the duels previously, all of this is cute, but if you don't kill me, Dinos will kill you back if you don't kill me. If you know what I mean? And the Overtext is in hand too. Will he let me style? Shuffle back the homies. Get Pill. I think if he played that a little bit differently, he could have had the out. Because I didn't know his cards very well. Oh. This is like almost the perfect going first hand. If Foolish Burial was just Fossil Dig and I was going first, extremely confident. I could win like nationals with this goddamn hand. So I thought about gammaing the fucking wolf normal summon. And I decided to save it for like a draw phase, Maxi, or Ash Blossom after I Foolish Burial Misk. So I played patiently, and Ash isn't doing shit here on any of these cards. He ends up Gold Sarking a second Thunder Dragon, I can't remember the name, for a Titan. And we know the two cards in hand, and I rip Imperm right off the top. And this is just game, unfortunately. We know he has Thunder Dragon Dark and the level 1 Thunder Dragon, Dragon Matrix. So I Imperm the Colossus, allowing me to search. Turning off the goddamn Droll effect. Foolish Misk, Pop Baby, and he can chain to have non-targeting destruction, and I can easily play around it. We force it early by making an IP here. He would have popped IP. I chain Ash Blossom because I would have searched Dragon Dark. And then he chains the level 1, and I use Called by the Grave. And for Thunder Dragon Titan to work, it has to be the last thing in the chain. So if you interrupt his Thunder Dragon effects with one of your own chains, then it cannot chain because it has to chain to a Thunder effect. That was a mouthful. So then we pump up UCT, put it underneath the Elf column, use the last two monsters on the field for Pentastag, hit him for 6,700 into 3,800. I'm sorry, man. Gamma's just chilling there like, where's the Maxi at, bro? This is like a dream come true, seeing Duster and he just sets cards. What do we hit? Double Imperm and a Celiac, of course. I mean, what other cards could you hit there? So he gets a little bit of card advantage back, but I'm still +2 on him. And in hindsight, I should have held on to one of these Imperms and waited for him to set this this crime that he searched into the crime column. So he, rather than hold his Havness, he normal summons it. I top deck another goddamn hand trap. And just like that, he is well back in the duel. He's got a counter trap ready. And hopefully no decent card to pitch off of the crime. I figure Ash is not good against his deck, and it's not going to resolve against the counter trap. So I'm going to go ahead and set it, because it's got a huge ass, and he pretty much can't swing over it. None of the tiers have enough attack to swing over this. So finally, I hit a card. Go Oviraptor, and I was thinking about not using the effect here and just attacking over this Havness. But instead, he uses his Keldo and his Havness. And then I shuffle back both of his Imperms because I want him to mill them off of the Havness. He does not. He hits another Keldo and a Gito, and then he mills one of the Imperms, a Scream, a bunch of other shit. I don't hit anything, unfortunately, and then I steal his Havness with TTT because I'm going to swing over the other one. He still does not use his crime, and then he fucking chains Maxi after I special summon the Claw Crow. So, unfortunately, 3 plus 3 plus 2 is 8, and Crimson Blader is in the deck. Would have loved to attack over the Havness with a Crimson Blader here, but I didn't see the line. Instead, Oviraptor, and I was just going to try to do something simple with like give him 2 Trawls and end on an IP, but instead I'm like, he's already used Havness. He's not going to Ash Blossom me. I'm just going to try to summon a bunch of times and put up a Dweller. And I get really arrogant here. I was thinking that I didn't need the targeting protection because he wasn't going to be able to imperm me because he has a card in the field. Don't be an idiot. Just give the Dweller targeting protection. Alright, so with Maxi in hand, I draw phase the Dweller. Goes Field Spell. Activates it, okay. And then he plays this a lot differently than I thought he would. So of course, none of these monsters can trigger. And then there's the Kelbeck. Did not see that line. So Dweller's outed. And then I chain Elf onto Baby. And then I should have probably used Imperm to turn off the stupid continuous spell because I forget about the losing the 500 attack effect. It matters. And then I chain IP and Avermax is not in my extra deck. So I was gonna just pass on Avermax instead. Unicorn targeting the Medora. He shuffles back his resources. And then because he shuffled back his resources, he gets to pop a card. And he TTTs me and takes away a pill. Mills 3, they don't really matter too much. Actually, no, he hits Cyberstein. And he gets baited because he doesn't have enough life points to activate it. And he gives me 3 more draws after all that. But because I didn't because I didn't imperm the Scream, I lose my entire field, unfortunately. And I pitched the Gamma. Gamma would have been huge here on Elf. And he still doesn't have a card in hand for this set, what the fuck is this card called again? Crime. Now he finally has a card in hand. ITTT. I meant to pick Look at His Hand and shuffle it away, but he used it anyways. Chain Called by the Grave on the second Havness that's going to trigger. I think I activated both Called by the Graves this turn. The field spell pops his own Shireen. And then there's Kaleido Heart. If this is Rukalos here, I think I was fucked. Let's pause for a second. Couldn't he have... Let's look at his names. Rhino Heart has not been used. Fuck. They're all gone. And I can't rewind. Couldn't he have gone Kit Kalos? Dump a tier name. And then trigger the tier name for Rukalos? Because doesn't Rukalos need Kit Kalos? Yes. So, I think this is where he misplayed. Because Pill is the last card that I could have used, and then if he negates Pill with Rukalos, I just lose. I scoop. But instead, he shuffles away Baby Ceratosaurus with Kaleido Heart. So then I go Lost World. There's a 99.9 million% chance this card is Celiac. Give him the token. He does not activate it early. And... nope, can't use it there. And I was really low on time, so I didn't want to style too hard. Just go into UCT and clean him up for the 3,900 life that he had. Pretty sure he had me there. Pretty sure he had me. Alright, one more look at the Terabad deck. I feel like the Duster's good. I tried messing around with a few of the ratios. Like opening 2 talents when your opponent then doesn't like actually use a monster effect in main phase is awful. So I was trying to go 2 of on the power cards, but then I realized Evenly is the best card in the deck. So that's back to 3. Imperm is like almost mandatory against Rogue, hitting their normal summon or like a flu normal summon. Still trying to figure out the ratio I want on these stupid shufflers. And man, I wish I could find a way to squeeze Avermax in here. Do I just cut Access Code Talker? I don't know. Probably. Oh, and I just made Tornado Dragon. Because Tornado Dragon detaching 1 to pop Dimensional Shifter, attacking, and then going into Zeus is a lot better than going into Dweller, not getting rid of the stupid continuous spell, and then going into Zeus. Tornado Dragon trading with 1 is better than the Nightmare Phoenix that I cut for it. So, it's feeling good.